Happy Tuesday, Haley. So I accomplished your adventure by spending my Sunday with people that I love. I started the day by going to breakfast with my dad on the river. The food was great, but what I enjoyed most was a tradition that my dad and I have had since I was young. My dad lived on a houseboat for quite some time when I was a kid, and what I enjoyed most was that when he would give me heels of the bread loaf and let me go feed the ducks and geese that were floating by. It became a tradition, one that I didn't realize at the time. We would enjoy the silence of the moment, the only sounds coming from the happy ducks and geese that were getting the bread and from the laughter shared from my dad and I. So, after breakfast on Sunday, we took the biscuits that I couldn't eat, walked down a ways, and fed the geese. It wasn't planned, which made me enjoy it all the more. But we were giving, helping the animals that others had shooed away and ignored on their way to the restaurant. And it was a moment that stuck with me throughout the day as I tried to unravel its meaning. Afterwards, I went back to Gresham to watch my youngest little sister of sorts play softball. I was surrounded by a situation I love and know all too well, having spent about 13 years playing and watching the sport. But this time, I wasn't on the field, nor even in the dugout, which is what I've known for the past 2 years keeping score for the varsity team. I was in the stands, the fence holding me back from a role that I know all too well, and at first I felt confined, like I was in timeout for reasons unknown. I wanted to reject the idea that I'd grown up, that I couldn't walk across the field in my high school uniform. But then I remembered I had made an impression on that field. I'd captured it in the moment and moved that atmosphere to the computer screen for the video I made at the end of this year's season. So I accepted my role as a fan, enjoying the few hours I was able to spend with a family that I call my own. Filled with laughter, jokes, and enthusiastic cheers, I was able to distract myself from the realization that that chapter of my life had ended and that I have a new role now. After the game, I fulfilled my reason for seeing them by giving my oldest little sister some gifts, including helpful notes I'd kept from my high school classes and clothes that I thought that she would enjoy. I passed down things, and for the second time that day I was giving, and that's when I realized what I'm most nervous about for dog days and for school in general. I'm afraid of not leaving my mark on the school, of not accomplishing what is expected of these golden years. This is when I'm supposed to find myself, when I'm supposed to shine amongst the tens of thousands of people at my school, when I'm supposed to make memories on the grounds, on others, in such a short time. Zay Frank, in one of his most recent videos, Begending, said something that really resonated with me. So what chapter does it belong to anyways, this next year of yours? Does it belong to college, or does it belong to what you're going to write next? I'm going to say both, Haley, because I think if there's any adventure that we need to accomplish over the next 4 years, it's to follow Zay's words and don't forget that it ends, but don't let the ending consume you. So, to lighten the mood, Haley, your question for this week is, let's say you have access to a time machine, but it can only go to the past or the future. Only one or the other. Which do you choose and where do you go? See you Tuesday, Haley. Talk to you soon.